Welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
I'm Candice.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm Lacey. Grab a drink and come hang with us at the Hangar Bar.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Hangar Bar. We are super excited to have you here today. We are going to talk about what we want to do at our next vacation to Walt Disney World. Candice is sitting here holding the 2023 Birnbaum Walt Disney World book. We are not sponsored. Birnbaums, if you want to sponsor us, we're willing to take your sponsorship.
That'd be fine. I buy a copy of this book every year, whether we're going or not, just because it's got so much good information, and I can kind of immerse myself in the latest, greatest, and relive some of my fondest memories.
So I'm going to do a little bit of a nostalgia throwback here. Before I don't know how long has Birnbaum's been doing their books?
A long time.
Do you all remember the VHS tapes that you could order from Disney World when you were planning a trip?
No.
Or a DVD that you could order from Disney World when you were planning a trip?
Yes, the DVD.
Like, Candice and I are old enough, we remember the VHS tapes that you would mail off for. And this conversation feels like that kind of thing for me. Like we ordered it, now we have to wait the 6 to 8 weeks for processing for us to get that video and spend 45 minutes being sold on a park we're already going to.
Right.
That I just thought of when we were talking about this episode topic for today. That was the first thing that popped into my head was those dumb VHS tapes that we would just sit down and we would watch. We had those for the cruises. We had those for Disney World before we went. When did they stop making those? It just kind of trailed off, didn't it?
Just the VHS, or do you mean the
like
DVD?
The DVDs, too.
I don't think they do the DVDs anymore. They may still for Disney Vacation Club. Not 100% sure about that, but they don't for the parks and the cruise line anymore.
Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure that I got mine shortly after our first trip.
In 2014.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. That's
almost 10 years
ago.
Oh, I just did math.
Math is hard.
In it?
I wonder if it stopped when, I don't know, when...
Probably the advent of more streaming services and more digital media got more popular rather than an actual, physical, something you could hold on to.
When did YouTube become really popular?
Oh... 2008.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Is that when companies started using it, though, or was that more of a truly user base at that point?
2010, 2011 maybe is when I remember hearing about people getting paid to do YouTube.
Yeah, like the vloggers and that kind of thing. Because I bet it almost corresponds with the rise of all of the Disney vloggers that are out there. When Disney sort of said, oh, we can stop producing this because there's people out there walking our parks with cameras for us, and we get a broader audience, and we don't have to have the cost of shipping, of production, even though I really, really want the production of Disney quality on those vlogs.
Yeah.
That's another topic for another day.
Or maybe this one. We just don't know.
It might go there. Who knows? Okay, so I just wanted to go on that little nostalgia kick for a minute, because when we were talking about this topic, that's the first thing that popped into my head. Let's start here. Do we have a trip booked?
No, we do not.
Unfortunately.
And we're talking 2024. I think Candice and I, we did an episode earlier this season about whether or not we were going to go to Disney this year. I think we've landed on not. Just the cruise that we're taking to Alaska is more spendy than we thought it was going to be. And
Surprise.
the cost for that keeps going up by the day. And so I think we're not going to do Disney this year. And we're definitely doing a pilgrimage to Disneyland next year, 2024. Are we also thinking we'll try and figure out a way to get to Disney World next year as well?
I would love to.
Now that we have direct flights out of Lincoln, it makes it a little easier.
We do.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
So, and it's even cheap. Like, you can get a one-way flight down to Orlando out of Lincoln for $40. You have to pay for your luggage, and if you want to pay, it's one of those airlines where you have to pay to pick your seat. But they even have
choose your seat.
Choose your seat.
Choose which seat you're not pick your. Never mind.
Nice, Candice.
Thank you.
Nice.
That was a good one.
Candice coming in with a fart joke. But yeah, it's again, not sponsored. We'd be happy to take a sponsorship from Redway Airlines. They have direct flights to like 6 or 7 different locations out of Lincoln. And it's like perfectly timed because the Orlando ones leave on Thursday. So it's 2 flights a week. Thursday
And Sunday.
Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, something like that. But it like even the first class seats on these planes are only like $299 one way.
Yeah.
And when did this become a thing?
They announced it a month or 2
Yeah,
ago.
it's a really new
Okay.
development. And part of me is kind of hesitant about that because you hear about some of the budget airlines where they don't take care of the planes. Service is terrible, all these things. But everything that we've heard about Go Red is good, or Redway or whatever it is.
Redway.
And our dad works on the planes at that airport, so he can tell us if they're
not taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's direct flights to Dallas, to Austin,
Vegas.
to Orlando, Vegas, Nashville, Minneapolis. Did I say Orlando?
Yes.
Orlando. But yeah, so like cheap flights to Orlando now.
And they're direct.
Out of
like there's no
Lincoln, direct.
layover.
I feel like it would be a crime not to take advantage of that.
Right?
Unless we figure out that, you have to like pedal with everybody else on the plane to get it to flap
I would
its
do it
wings.
for all of us. I would do it for all of us, honestly. $40, like even like less than like $400. Like, are you? Yeah.
Yeah. It's so cool having that service out of Lincoln, and I think we have to use it so it stays.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if folks don't use it, it'll go away. Just like anything else, they want to fill those planes.
It's just us four.
Right, just
We're
us
going.
4 are going to Orlando every week. It's only
Hey.
$40 Thursday through Sunday. We're spending it in Orlando.
Honestly, that doesn't sound bad.
The only problem with that flight schedule is you are on their schedule.
Right.
So it's not like you can choose to say, "Hey, we want to get down there on a Friday, come back on a Wednesday." It would be hard to plan a cruise around unless you knew that the cruise was going to leave on the days where, like, if you were doing a 7-day cruise and you knew the cruise was going to leave on Saturday, come back on. Well, that wouldn't work because it'd come back on Friday. You'd have to wait till Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But go spend a couple extra days in a Disney hotel.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with your logic.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, we could figure it out real
Yeah.
fast because there's Disney World right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And we always go in before cruising at least one day because we've seen the aftermath of what happens when you don't do that.
Yes.
So, I fail to see the issue with your logic.
Yeah, the only thing I would want to make sure of is that I wouldn't necessarily want to go into the parks after a cruise.
No. That's when you luxuriate in one of the fancy resorts and just have a resort stay.
I
and
was
just
going to say,
chill. Like
yeah.
maybe do a moderate level prior to the cruise, then your cruise, then go check into a deluxe, live it up.
Bam.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now that we've advertised for Birnbaum, Redway Airlines, and the Disney Cruise Line, let's get into what we actually wanted to talk about today.
That wasn't it.
Yeah. And we're not sponsored by any of these people.
But we
damn
could
it.
be. We are willing to negotiate.
Yes. We work for cheap.
Speak for yourself.
Okay. So what do we want to do on our next trip to Disney? Do we want to start with when do you want to go, or is this more about what we want to do?
All of it.
All of it?
If we're talking trip, we're talking trip.
Okay.
Are we talking world or land?
World.
World.
Okay. Because obviously, since we know it,
Right.
that makes sense.
Right.
Yes, and her Birnbaum's book is Disney World, not Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. Disney World and Disney Cruise Line.
Yes.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when do we want to go? I have my opinions, but we'll let y'all speak first.
I mean, September is Classic for me. Love it.
You just like going during the Halloween
Spooky season.
Yes.
Fall.
Yes.
Okay. Lariah,
Pro.
you're saying fall as well?
So no, she just wants to go.
Yeah. Yes.
Anytime. You just tell me
All of the
when.
above.
Anytime but spring break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Easter. Or summer because it's hot.
Yeah.
Well, it is in September too.
Yeah, but not like summer hot.
Not July hot in Orlando.
Yeah.
Candice, when do you want to go?
I want to go after Halloween, before Christmas.
That's where I'm at too.
Really? It would be interesting to go around that
It
time.
is so beautiful.
It's a
I
little bit
forget that you've
cooler.
been.
Uh-huh.
Holiday
Actually,
decorations.
it's a lot cooler. Like having a jacket or a sweatshirt or a hoodie or something is not above reproach. I mean, like, it's okay, and you almost need it. Because 50 degrees in Orlando is a lot different than 50 degrees here because of the humidity, and that temperature in the air, like, cools the moisture in the air down, so it feels a lot colder than it actually is.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just go during Christmas decorations.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the beginning of November, as long as it's decorated for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that really matters to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind that going because I've never seen it in person with Christmas. So that would be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, all the decorations look awesome. Just
They're amazing.
Walking down Main Street USA instead of like the old musicals and stuff, having them playing Christmas music instead.
Do love Christmas music.
That's my jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would be up for that for sure.
The Jingle Cruise instead of the Jungle Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Do they do the Jingle Cruise all the time, or is it just during the parties?
No, it's all the time.
Okay.
Do they do anything to the other rides to make it more...
They do one to the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Okay.
They do?
Yep, they put
Okay.
up some lights and stuff that, of course, you'd want to ride it at night. And then, you get high off the gasoline fumes, so
Right.
the lights look really pretty.
Love that.
There it is. Go to Disney to get high.
Well, why not?
Gotta do something.
Yeah.
It's a fairly safe place to do it.
Well,
Either late fall, early winter would be the time to go. We think. Okay, so what do we want to do while we're there? Where do we want to stay?
Is this for real?
Yeah. When we decide to finally book this, we can go back and listen to this episode and say, this is what we said we wanted to do. So let's talk what we want to do on our next trip.
I mean, realistically, I really like Old Key West. that
Would
right?
be that would be cool at Christmas time too. I think they probably do a good job decorating that.
Like, I would go back there for sure. I mean, it's very private, and I loved our
balcony.
Yes. Because it was big enough for all of us to be out there very comfortably, which is pretty rare. And I don't know, it's just so quiet, and all of the little, I don't know what we're calling them, townhouses. They're just so cute and colorful.
Yeah, I like the feel of it, like more of like an apartment almost, rather than a hotel room.
Yeah, yeah. Because you can really settle in and you feel comfortable there.
Yeah, wherever we go, I think doing like the DV, if we're going to go as a group like we did last time, I think we stick with a DVC apartment.
Resort, yeah.
Resort.
A villa.
A villa, because that gives you more space. It
Gives you a
it's not
kitchen.
like spending a week in a hotel room with 2 queen beds for 4 people.
Yeah.
That after about the first couple days, you're like, okay,
I've
What-
had enough of you, and I love you all, but
Get away from me now.
Yeah.
I need some space.
I'm going to Magic Kingdom. I don't care where you go, but it better not be there.
Right.
Or you can go there, but we're getting to the hub, and we're all scattering, and we will meet you at midnight.
Did you have your own TV in the bedroom?
Yes.
That's nice. Okay.
And they have those villas at Old Key West. They have them at the Poly
They have them at Saratoga Springs. They have them at Contemporary. They have them at Grand Floridian. They have them at the Boardwalk.
Oh, the boardwalk.
Ooh. The Boardwalk might be a fun place to stay for our next trip. Because that's like the Boardwalk. If you think about that, that's just a 5-minute walk into Epcot, into World Showcase.
You're thinking Beach Club.
Am I? Mm-hmm. Isn't the Boardwalk right there by Beach Club?
I
It's
thought
across
that
the
was,
lagoon.
Yeah. I thought that was at Disney Springs, right?
No, that's Saratoga Springs.
Oh, that's it. We're all... We do a Disney podcast.
Right. I'm still trying to... The Boardwalk is right there by the Swan and the Dolphin.
Uh-huh.
And I guess we did have to get on a boat to get to Epcot.
Yes.
From the Swan and the Dolphin.
Yes,
but even
you
still,
can walk from the Beach Club. And I think... Hold, please. Yes, the Beach Club does have villas.
Okay. And that's the one that's just a short little walk over to Epcot, right?
Yes.
Like 5 minutes over to Epcot into World Showcase. It drops you off right by France.
Yeah, it drops you off in the International Gateway. So, like, right
Between France and
there.
Canada. No, France and England.
United Kingdom.
The back way, right?
Yeah.
That was my first experience with Epcot. That was my first time going the back way.
That's what she said.
Not going to ask any other questions. Thank you.
And yes, I said it that way on purpose.
That was my first time going in the back door of
Oh,
Epcot.
Dear.
I may have to mark this one as for adults
I
only.
think you will.
It was. I am being
She's
honest.
being honest and truthful.
And we appreciate your transparency,
Thank you.
but we can change the subject. So the Beach Club does have villa rooms.
Do they have, like, what's the next step up? So we were in, like, the 1-bedroom.
Yes. The next one would be a 2-bedroom.
And that's just basically putting, like, the one we stayed in plus the single room.
It would be like the
Together,
one that
right?
we stayed in and a studio villa together.
Oh.
So it'd be, like, truly 2 bedrooms.
2 bathrooms, a full kitchen, a kitchenette.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. That would be nice.
That would be my vote.
Beach Club?
Yeah, just because super walkable into Epcot.
And we love Epcot, so I mean, we would probably hang out there a lot. Although I will say, from the valuable lesson that we learned when we took the friendship boats over to Epcot the one time before and went out front to meet the bus, and there was no bus to take us back to our resort, so we had to take a taxi.
That was a valuable lesson learned. So,
If you arrive at Epcot by boat, you must leave Epcot by boat because there will be no bus to take you where you need to be if you
Yeah.
want to go back to your resort.
you remember that when we were out, or was that just you and I, Candice?
I think you were with us.
Yeah, because we did take the boat, and I remember when we were trying to leave, there was an issue.
Yeah, we were at the front of the park, so we said, let's just grab a bus instead of walking all the way back through Epcot to get to a boat. So we went out, and there were no buses back to the resort we were staying at.
So we took a taxi, which is fine. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Now I would call a minivan, but
Meet us here.
I'm not moving. Come pick me up. And they would.
They would. That's
Truly.
And so, yeah, that's lesson learned. That if I think the way you said that was perfect. If you get to Epcot by boat or Skyliner now, you have to leave by boat or Skyliner.
Without a very extended, long process to get back to where you go. Because from those locations, you have to actually go to Disney Springs and pick up your connecting bus there. And then it's waiting for the bus there. And then however many stops it takes to get back to your resort.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was easier to get a cab.
It really was.
Yeah.
I was still grouchy.
And it was
Well,
raining.
I was going to say it
And
was
I was
raining
hot.
and we were tired
Uh-huh.
because we had been there all day.
Yes.
Because that was our first day, actually.
Yes, it was because we got Starbucks for breakfast that morning. Got the cinnamon roll, and then y'all went on Mission Space, and I
Yeah.
sat there and waited.
Green, not orange. Green was fine, but after doing orange, I would never do either of them again.
Well, it's because they took Gary Sinise away.
Yeah. They took Lieutenant
Lieutenant
Dan.
Dan. And his legs.
You got magic legs.
Okay. So we're going to stay at the beach club
Okay.
in a 1 or 2 bedroom villa.
I think we can price them both.
Yeah.
See what happens.
See where we
But
want to be.
okay, so I've talked about this on the podcast before. One of my favorite things about those villa style rooms, and I'm very weird about this, the laundry facilities.
That's not weird.
There's just something about being able to do laundry on vacation. So you can either do your laundry, pack clean clothes so you're not rolling around with a bag full of stank, or
Amen.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and it's also nice when you have that, you know, the laundry facility, especially in your room, because then you can pack lighter and just
Do
you know,
laundry.
Yeah. No. I'll do the laundry. I love doing laundry. I'll do the laundry.
I like doing laundry on vacation.
Yeah.
Here at home,
I'll do your laundry here too. Because you just put it in, you get to wait, switch it, fold it, done.
and our machines are really entertaining to watch.
Even better. Make myself a drink and wash.
Watch the laundry.
Yeah. Sounds great.
So part of the benefit of staying at the beach club,
Is that is a deluxe resort.
Deluxe
we
resort.
would have extra magic hours in the parks during the evenings.
Yes.
Not all of them, not all the time, but we could figure out scheduling when we get closer.
yeah, because right now those are the only ones that have nighttime extra magic hours. So that's awesome. The other thing that does is it puts you right within walking distance of the Skyliner,
Yep.
which gets you to Hollywood Studios, and that's one of the top things that I want to do on our next trip is get on the Skyliner. It just
Oh, absolutely.
it's another attraction that you basically don't have to pay for. You don't have to pay for park entry to go ride a ride.
Plus, we need to know all the ins and outs.
Right.
you
For
know?
science.
Exactly. And for you guys listening. So
Yeah.
you're
So we can-
welcome.
We can tell you all about it and how it works, and because that goes to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and then to several different resorts if you want it to. So that gives you easy transportation to Hollywood Studios, walking distance to Epcot, and then take a bus or a minivan to the other locations that you want to go to, the other parks, which is awesome. So that's one of the things that I want to do.
And once you're at Epcot, you've got the monorail that, you know, if you want to do a visit to the Loop, we can certainly do that.
Can you get to the monorail stop without going into Epcot? I'm just-
Not from the International Gateway, no.
Okay, because like if you're staying at the beach club and you want to go to Magic Kingdom,
You have to get on a bus.
you have to get on a bus.
Yep.
Okay,
Or minivan.
right. And I don't mind buses. They have those plastic seats that when you're really hot, you sit down in them and they're cold because of the air conditioning.
They're also just nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to Disney World and not ride the bus at least one time.
Yes.
Well, I could, but I'm fussy.
you're fancy.
I'm fancy.
You like to spend $30 for a $4 lift ride because it's got mini dots on it.
When I am listening to Disney music and speaking with a lovely cast member who will actually talk to me rather than say, nope.
Well,
I don't like people. So this is a big thing for me to say I want to talk to somebody.
we did have that one who thought she was steering a pirate ship.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about it. Well, that was an adventure. I don't know that I'd want to repeat that. But
What was her name? What was her name?
oh, the bus driver.
Yeah. And it was like late at night and we were just like done. We were just like, get us home. And she just would not stop. Like all me, like, what are they called?
Parties.
No, mateys or something, and she's like, "Arr, get on my ship," and just kept going on.
She'd
and
probably
on.
been driving for way too long that day.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say drinking for way too long that day.
Let's hope
Maybe.
not.
Maybe.
She got us there.
Yeah. We were
I
there.
want to
It
say
was safe.
Diane, but I don't know that that's right. I think it started with a D or something, but
Yeah.
maybe I'm just thinking something else.
Let's. her
Anyway.
name's Diane now.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that I want to do on our next trip is spend some time. This is going to be jumping all over the place, so sorry, audience. But I want to spend time in World Showcase without dining plan to have to worry about.
Yeah.
So we can go to all the booths. We can go, and they have the dining plan coming back for next year. I think we would get that, but use those snack credits for eating and drinking around World Showcase.
Yeah,
So here's
that's a
another
good
question
idea.
based on the time of year that we want to go. Are we thinking probably Festival of the Holidays rather
Yes.
than Food and Wine?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
That way you could do the cookie stroll.
I understand.
They have like these little books that like have different cookies at all the different places. And once you've eaten all the cookies, you go turn it in and you get a free cookie.
More cookies.
Right?
Yeah.
Just when you're about ready to yak from all the
I
cookies.
was
that
just
you
gonna
eat.
say, here's your reward, another cookie.
Another cookie. Go ahead and eat it now. I dare ya.
It does sound fun though.
If you're local, you don't even have to do it all in the same day.
No. Or if you have a park hopper, you don't have to do it in the same day.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can always just split the cookies too.
Oh yeah.
Here,
They're very shareable.
I have an idea.
Really?
We
Okay.
do it half in the morning. We go on Mission Space Orange to throw up, and then we go.
No.
That's a terrible idea. You can do that. You can do that. I will not.
Okay, here's another idea. We can do half in the morning. We'll send you on Mission Space Orange, watch you throw up, and then we'll go eat other cookies.
Excuse me, friendly cast member, my car doesn't have a barf bag and I know I'm going to need it.
I'm full of cookies, and I did this on purpose.
I just ate all the cookies. You might want to warn the others.
Can I get into a little thing by myself?
I'm a single rider. You want me to be a single rider.
Then I get to be the captain.
You can be whatever you want.
You can lay down
That's-
across the whole thing.
Right about the time you get to Mars.
Oh, I thought that was an alien. No, that was me.
Do you know where I can find this booth to go get another cookie?
I'm
Where are
hungry.
the cookies?
I think that's a fantastic idea, Lariah.
I'm so glad you thought of that for yourself.
Yeah, for you.
And we'll take pictures of you when you go on and then when you come out and see how green you are.
She looks all tan going in and coming out. She's just ghost white.
Pale green.
And then I'm ready for more cookies.
Oh.
I'm ready.
Can we go buy a $12 bottle of water and then go get more cookies?
Wait, so is it like you get a cookie from each country?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
sounds
Like,
great.
Yeah, the cookie stroll looks freaking
Amazing.
awesome. Mm-hmm. But that's
Okay.
the intent behind it is they have a different cookie at each of the different booths. And
Pro.
yeah.
And granted, if you're going to pay $6 for a cookie, it might as well be something international and not Gideon's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. No. Not worth it.
No. Even though I do want to try Gideon's cookies because they look delicious.
Have fun with that.
Scott, I would wait in line with you.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know.
I'll get like a cold brew or something. I just don't need the 8-pound cookie with the crap.
What else are you looking forward to eating that maybe, what are some things that you haven't tried that you want to try on our next trip?
Mickey pretzel.
Lariah.
Yes, but that's not what I was going to say. It's actually a restaurant. We have to go to that new Space
Space
restaurant.
220.
Yes. That's a must.
We have.
Where is that at?
In
It's
space.
by Mission Space. So yes, they've attached a restaurant to Mission Space, which is a fabulous idea.
How convenient.
I know.
Throw up, but I'm hungry.
Oh, let's go get lunch.
So if you've not heard or seen Space 220, you go in and you get on this big elevator. The theme behind it is it's a restaurant that's 220 miles in the air. So you go into this place, and it's an elevator, and they take you up 220 miles
To space.
to space. And when you get there, when you're looking out, you can see, like, you're looking back down at Earth. The food is all it's not like astronaut dried food. It's
Thank
like
God. That was going to be my question.
it's a fancy style restaurant. It fits very well in Epcot, but the views are all space views. Every now and then you'll see a Star Wars
Death Star
flying by, or you'll see an astronaut and an astronaut dog out walking through space as you're looking out the windows.
Okay, that does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a pre-fee menu that is like $80 a person,
worth it.
but it may be worth it. The pre-fee menu might be worth it, but they also have their bar that's a first come first serve where you can get on the walk-up wait list for, and they have small bites and that kind of thing, and you still get the same views. You're not sitting next to it, but you can go have drinks and small bites in their little bar area instead of having to pay for the pre-fee menu. Which is
Cool.
probably what I would suggest doing.
Well, depending on the dining plan we get, we could
Right.
easily chuck a table service credit at that.
My guess is that's one of the 2 table service credits.
Well,
but,
whatever.
but yeah, if we could totally do that.
Yeah, especially if we plan on having just a full World Showcase day and just snacking, and then maybe get a quick service for dinner if we're still hungry. Obviously, that would mean we would go to Epcot twice in one trip, which I have no issues with, and I know Candice doesn't.
Nope.
How long would we want to go?
11-5 years.
Yeah, I second that.
Let's just move there.
So would we probably, if let's go back and advertise for Go Fly Red, some more Redway Airlines, would we go on the Thursday flight, come home on the Thursday flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, a week.
Or go Thursday, come home
The following
Sunday.
Yeah,
Like make it a 10-day trip?
Yeah.
that
You
would
like that?
be-
That's how the plane goes. That's how you...
yeah, it's in a circle.
It's going to remind you of Mission Space Orange.
Yes.
Then no, I'll walk.
You'll walk.
I will walk before that.
You could get a scooter.
I'll get a scooter. Who can ride in my basket? Who wants to ride in my basket?
For the 10 miles until the battery dies, and then you have to charge it overnight, and then go another 10 miles.
So we'll see you when we get back to Lincoln then.
Yes, as you're just right at the exit of 84th and Highway 2.
Oh, there's Lacey. We brought you a new mug.
This episode's just for the audience. We're having a lot of fun. We hope you are too. With this message, this episode is a hot mess so far.
Well, we're recording on a weekday. We all had a full day of work, and my brain is mush.
Yes. Okay, so Space 220, the cookie stroll. What else from a food perspective do we want to do? New. We'll get into things that we want to redo here in a second.
I gotta eat at Galaxy's Edge. I've got to. Even if we just go to the bar and get some drinks.
Oga's Cantina.
Yeah.
That's a hard reservation to get, but I think that would be fun to go spend.
Oh, you have to have a reservation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's time limited.
And they
Like
kick
the
you out
one-
after 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That doesn't sound as fun.
I think it would be awesome to go in and do. And their food, from everything we've seen online, their food at
not
Oga's
great.
Cantina is not great. But you go in there for the fuzzy tauntaun drink,
Yeah.
and then you go over and you get a Ronto wrap.
Boom.
Like, I want the breakfast Ronto wrap.
Yeah.
That looks fire. With
Plus
the egg.
the plant-based option looks really good too.
Yeah. I'm not worried about. I keep seeing like more and more. I have no issues or worries about that because their plant-based options are just keep getting.
Better and better.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no more do you have to probably call in and say, hey, we have an allergy person. It's just, hey, can we get a plant-based menu?
Right.
yeah.
Or what are your plant-based options? The servers are all going to know.
Right. Which, kudos to Disney for that.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Really. Yeah.
Normalizing it a lot. Okay, so Candice, you said Mickey pretzel, but you've had one of those before.
I have had one of those and they're delicious.
So what do you want to have that you've not had before?
Okay, so I want the spicy chicken and waffle sandwich in Magic Kingdom.
Ooh.
Where's that at?
Sleepy Hollow. which we've walked by 11 billion times. Didn't even know it was there.
Well, shame on us.
I know, but it's in Liberty Square, like right as you're coming around the corner into the land. It's like right there.
Yeah, so they have the chicken and waffle one. They
They
also,
also have berry and Nutella on a waffle.
Is Nutella plant-based?
No,
No.
unfortunately not.
There's dairy in it, right?
Okay. I don't know that they have a plant-based option there, but they might.
They could
You could-
probably do like just the berries on a waffle, and probably their whipped cream is non-dairy.
I could see that.
The other thing, where we're staying would make this hard to do, but the other thing that I really want to try on one of these trips when we go is the boozy beignets at Port Orleans.
I knew you were going to say that. Yes.
Well, but see, here's the thing. If we take one of the friendship taxis and we can get to Disney Springs from our hotel, we could ride that back over to French Quarter.
One of the friendship boats,
Mm-hmm.
you mean?
What did I say?
Friendship taxis.
Whatever.
Friendship taxi,
You've
water
been-
taxi, boats.
You've worked, you're drinking. It's all good. I think that would be awesome to just go get a beignet. It wouldn't even have to be breakfast. Just go get boozy beignets and sit in the, is it the Scat
Scat
Club?
Cat Lounge. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we do a day if we're going to do, like, if we're dreaming about a trip that's like a real possibility, is if we're going to go spend 10 days, we have a couple of resort days.
Heck yes.
And one of them is we just go
Yeah.
explore 3 or 4 different resorts and do like a progressive dinner. Like maybe the boozy beignets are an appetizer. And then you go Sanaa for the bread service. And then you go to Grand Floridian for main course or whatever.
Ooh. I also forgot that Animal Kingdom Lodge also has villas.
Okay. That's a long way from everything.
Well, it is, but it's true, and we could wake up and have coffee with giraffes.
That's true.
That sounds great.
When did you say we were going?
Save your money.
Yeah, those are spendy. Animal Kingdom Lodge, just their
The rooms alone are,
like what, $700-800 a night during off season.
yeah.
And those aren't even the Savannah View rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Savannah View rooms are like $1,100 a night during non-expensive season.
And yet the resorts on the monorail loop are more.
Ooh, if we're doing a 10-day stay, we could split stay.
I was going to say,
We
Do-
could, but we would have to go villa to villa. I'm not settling for anything else.
Yeah, do like 3 different villas.
Yeah. For science and our listeners.
Like do 3 days in Animal Kingdom Lodge around the time we want to go to Animal Kingdom. Do 3 days at the Beach Club when we want to do Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And then maybe 3 days in the Poly when we want to do Magic Kingdom.
would that be tough for you, Candice?
No.
To plan?
No. No.
Lord, no. Honey, I got this. I would be curious to see, like, how much, like, that would be compared to just, one. Yeah.
It's depending on the resort you pick. Like if you were going to spend, like if you were going to compare that to 10 days at the Poly, it's going to be less to do a split stay because like a Port Orleans or a Beach Club are not going to be as expensive as the Poly. But if you're comparing it to 10 days at Beach Club or 10 days at Old Key West, doing the split stay is probably going to be more expensive. I'm just, everything that we've talked about so far, my head is telling me you're talking about a $15,000 trip. 10 days, split stay in a villa with tickets, you're looking 15 plus.
Split between us 4 or each?
Yeah, no, split. Like
I mean, if you want to spend $15,000 a person, we can absolutely make that happen. I will be more than happy to help you plan that.
yeah, my guess
And then
is,
we'll tack a cruise on the back of it.
my guess is we're looking $4,000 to $5,000 a person for the trip that we're talking about right now.
Plus airfare.
The $40 airfare. You got it.
Gee, let me get some pocket change.
That's the least of my
All
worries.
right.
Yeah.
You know?
And heck, if you're going to go 10 days and do a split stay, maybe driving down's the right answer still. That way, like, you don't have to worry about carrying your luggage.
And they're not charging for parking anymore.
Right. That way you just load up the car and take it to your next resort. And if you do the mobile check-in, you don't even have to talk to somebody at the front desk.
No.
You just go straight to your room.
I mean, we've sat in a car for many, many, many hours.
And stopped at many, many, many Subways.
Never again.
We're going to have to find something else.
Yeah. I'll pack my own sandwiches and then we can just...
Stop wherever.
Yeah.
We could all just clean up a bunch of vegetables and just munch on them the whole way.
I love it. I love it. Well, I really liked when we just stopped and got gas station snacks.
Yes.
I think we were all just like done. We're like,
You're like, I don't care.
yeah. Because when we're in the car sitting there, it's just kind of like, whatever. I just want to get to our destination. But the drive home sucks. But now that we have the podcast, we could just talk.
We
Yeah.
could.
We could talk about our trip and makes it much, much easier coming home.
And I will still lobby if we are going to Walt Disney World for 10 days. We will stop in Orange Beach on the way home.
Well,
Duh.
I feel like it's tradition.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be weird not to.
Okay.
So let's jump to food that you've had that maybe you want to rehab, that you're jonesing for.
Dole Whip float.
Ooh.
Can't go without Dole Whip.
No.
Are you wanting like a Dole Whip float, or are you mixing with something you've not had before and you want to try a couple different Dole Whip flavors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
Like maybe the pineapple coconut mix or the
Yep.
pineapple vanilla mix?
Or the pineapple raspberry mix.
Ooh. I want them to have the Hey Hey one.
Yes.
It's like blue raspberry or something like that, and they give you a little fondant Hey Hey on top
Cute.
with a blue cone. It's adorable.
Well, we are for sure going back to Trader Sam's.
Yes.
And I'm sure we knew this, but maybe not, because we wanted you all to experience the wonder that is the inside of Trader Sam's. But there's a whole terrace outside of Trader Sam's where you can order the drinks, you can order the food, you can order all the things, but it's outside of the Poly.
You don't have to go in and be immersed in the inside bar feel.
I mean, I loved the inside.
That's what she said.
It was so much fun. The energy in that room, it really gets you out of your shell too. Because
Yep. Well,
like,
especially when you fall off a bar stool.
Not falling off. It's just sinking slowly.
Lowering.
that was the funniest thing. I just love how all of a sudden your chin is touching the table and you're like, wait a minute.
Am I sinking?
Am I sinking? And there's someone down the bar going, yeah, I feel the same way. And I'm just like, am I drunk?
I've had one drink. What is happening?
Right. That sounds cool to just drink it outside because the landscape of the Poly is so pretty.
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough. We were there so much and I could not get enough of that place.
Yeah.
Do you know you can get Tonga toast from a quick service place?
Captain Cook's.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we could, yeah, let's just do that. Because Kona was fine. I liked Kona, but I wouldn't mind sitting outside.
I'm very excited they brought my ham and cheese omelet back and put it on the menu.
They did.
Yeah.
So we have to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to
But
go
if we're
back.
staying there, we could also mobile order it because Kona Cafe does mobile order, and we could take it back and eat it in our room.
There it is. Okay, what other places do we want to go eat at again?
Garden Grill.
I was
For
just
sure.
thinking that is almost a must do for me on a
That's
trip now.
a must do for me as well.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
So you've only had breakfast there, so we'll have to do a lunch or a dinner.
Or both.
Or all three. I don't
Because
care.
I haven't done lunch.
Breakfast. You didn't go with us that day.
No.
I would do breakfast again.
I would too. The only thing I want to see a review of it again or see their menu. I think they got rid of their cinnamon roll. That pan of
Oh,
cinnamon roll.
boo.
No.
I think they switched it over to just like regular breakfast breads.
Why?
Which, unless it's the pineapple coconut bread from Ohana, that is not acceptable behavior.
No. When I saw, I think I saw on a menu somewhere where they talked about, they called it something different instead of a cinnamon roll. And I'm like, wait a minute. I may
That's not
have
the same.
to chain myself to the land to Living with the Land in protest. Like, chain myself up next to the barking dog and bark along with him until they bring the cinnamon roll back.
Do you know how fast they would figure out how to do a cinnamon roll?
Who is that jackass that's tied to the dog down in the living with the Land?
Number one, why did he get out of the ride? We specifically forbid that.
Yeah, how did he get down there?
And why is he barking?
All over a cinnamon roll.
Somebody go to the Creations Cafe and get him a cinnamon roll.
Damn cinnamon roll. Shut
Put it
him
in a
up.
cinnamon roll. Get him a cinnamon roll and put it in those little cast iron things. We still got them back there.
Those little cast iron skillet things. Oh, God.
Somebody get the skillet.
Lacey is looking up the menu for breakfast at Garden Grill. That was going to be the one that I wanted to go back to as well.
So I know we're talking about food, but can I say something that I want to do that is not food related? Well, kind of not food related before I forget about it.
Proceed.
I want to do a behind the seeds tour in the greenhouses at Living with the
Yes.
Land.
Yeah.
That is food related.
Well, it's growing food, but it's not like, well, I guess you do get to eat stuff
Yeah.
from there.
Yeah, we have to. We are big. We stand with Living with the Land.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that is.
We're going to chain ourselves to Living with the Land.
Yeah, if they ever do anything. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so here's the question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon breakfast loaf.
That's not a cinnamon roll.
Is that the cinnamon roll?
No.
Or is that them giving you like a little loaf of bread that's got cinnamon, like cinnamon toast?
That's what it sounds like to me, like a cinnamon swirl sort of bread loaf with maybe some cinnamon crumble on the top.
Here's the thing.
I am going to riot.
I think we have to go.
Just to find out for science.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what do I do if it's not the cinnamon roll?
Then
You-
you tie yourself.
You
up.
behave like an adult and not an entitled jerk and eat your breakfast and be happy about it.
When Mickey comes by in his farmer overalls, can I complain?
You can complain, but if you make my mouse upset, I'm going to hurt you.
Just
Okay.
throw a tantrum.
So listen here, Mickey. I'm a little upset. We need to talk about this cinnamon loaf. And Mickey would be like, go away.
He would never.
The handler would be like, okay, we got to move to the next table.
Have a magical day.
And then we would get skipped by all the other characters.
We have an
throughout
extra
breakfast.
special guest at table 3. Extra special guest at table 3.
Yeah, I was going to say they're going to walk by and say, watch out for table 3. Someone put booze in his coffee.
Okay, but behind the seeds.
Yes.
As we skip around all over the place. So
Sorry, it was just, you said
No.
Living with the Land and it,
I'm the one that took us back. So
okay.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. Did you say behind the seeds?
yeah,
Yes.
SEEDS.
Okay, because I was going to be like...
You know, like garden.
Yeah. I was like, if I heard that incorrectly, that would be an incredible name for the...
They've
Tour.
already
Their
thought
tour.
about
And I'm
it.
like,
It's like, wait a minute.
dang, I was one step behind.
And it's only like $25 or $30
Yeah, per
per
person.
person
And
Done.
for like
What?
a 30-minute tour.
Yeah.
Done.
And you get to walk around in the greenhouse. They talk to you about how things are grown.
I mean, you can't run rogue and like walk all over the sand that they ask you to keep off. I know, Lariah, you're just upset about this whole thing. You don't want to go now, do you?
She's going to chain herself to the Mickey-shaped lettuce.
Let me walk around and taste everything.
I paid for this.
She's going to chain herself to the Mickey-shaped lettuce and just say, I'm not eating anything but lettuce until you let me walk on the sand.
Or just like perch on it.
I can start barking at people.
You just start pulling it out of the grower. And
Don't do that.
Why?
we will leave you there.
Yeah.
And then when you get trespassed for the rest of your life and not be able to go back to a Disney park, we are going to laugh at you hardcore.
Yeah, when you're in Disney jail, we are just going to laugh at you and we're not going to bail you out. You deserve your time in Disney jail.
For chaining yourself to the Mickey lettuce.
Behave like an entitled adult. You get what you ask for.
Yeah, you get to see all of the characters' friends rip their masks off and the magic will be ruined.
That's a terrifying thought.
Well, she's in trouble.
No, well, they'll just kick her out and not let her ever go back.
But then
And you
she'll
know what?
disguise herself and get back.
Then you know what? We're not letting you back into the hotel room either. So good luck.
Yeah, you're going to have to stay with the captain of the ship.
And we will take away your Disney fan card forever. You
See
don't
that?
mess with this group.
There's consequences, Lariah.
How did this end up picking on Lariah for chaining herself to lettuce when I said I would chain myself to an animatronic barking dog?
Yours is for a good reason. Cinnamon rolls.
Yours is for cinnamon roll.
Hers is for
she
walking
just
on
wants-
sand.
Once again, happy editing, sir.
No, this is all staying in. All of this.
Oh, dear. Listeners, thank you very much. We hope you've enjoyed hanging with the Hanger Bar.
Okay, so we've talked about some food stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's move to rides. What are we excited about from rides that we haven't been on that we definitely want to prioritize next time we go?
Mickey and Minnie's.
Runaway Railway.
Yes.
That wasn't even open when we were there, right? It was under construction, but not open when we were there.
Correct.
That's I want to go on that one. There's so many new rides. Like, you think about all the new stuff since we've been there,
Which
and
is
I want to do it all.
crazy.
Well,
Right.
it was 2019, stupid COVID.
It was 2018.
No,
19.
2019.
It was 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opened up. Guardians of the Galaxy has recently opened, which looks like a really cool
Yes.
roller coaster / ride. You have the Galaxy's Edge
Rise of the
Resistance that's open.
Yes. Yes.
You have Tron that is recently open.
Pass.
It's new. It fits in with the land. I think it
gonna.
looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it.
I might wait or go ride on the People Mover or something because, and here's why. It's a beautiful structure. I think especially at night it would be really cool to ride on it. But here's the thing. It's like a minute and a half long. I have better things to do with my minute and a half, which include a 20-minute ride on the People Mover. And I'll catch up with y'all.
I'm going to wait with you.
Okay.
You're not
I'm-
gonna go on.
I'm not that interested.
Okay, you and me,
Interesting.
Scott.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get into the virtual queue and
Mm-hmm.
see what we can do. Are there are there any other new rides? By
Remy.
the time we go, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure has opened up. By the time we go, Splash Mountain will be Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That's supposed to open sometime in 2024.
Really? I didn't know it was that quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming that they can get everything done and they don't go on the Tron timeline, they'll be able to get it done.
Okay, stupid question. Tron is in Magic Kingdom, right?
It is, yes.
So
That's what they had to reroute the train for.
Which is why the train was closed.
We also need to go on the train.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you guys haven't been on the train.
And we need to go to the Tiki Room.
Exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, Tiki Room. You said Remy, right?
Yeah.
We still haven't gone on Frozen, and I know Scott will go on that with me. I don't know about Candice and Lariah.
No.
Lariah, you will, right?
No, I don't want to.
Okay, me and Scott then. You know what? We're going to split up. Me and
Y'all
Scott
can
are going
be
to
ride
do
buddies, and we'll be ride buddies, and it'll be fine.
Yeah. That's how it was last time. Except for, no, I think Candice was my roller coaster buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, Scott was my
Yes,
roller
because we
coaster
were together
buddy.
when I thought I might die because of the Yeti.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the best time of my life. Sorry, Candice, not to make fun of you because I love you so much, but your reaction,
I literally thought I might die.
yeah.
It was
Your
so funny.
eyes became saucers.
Like he's right there.
Candice was terrified, and Scott was laughing his head off, and I thought I was going to pee my pants because he was making me laugh so hard. I was like, I can't hold on when I'm going all Gumby mode.
I was dying at Candice because she was just freaking out. She's like, do you see that? Do you see that?
Did you just say you were going on Gumby mode?
Yeah,
That's what I call her because when she laughs and she's like usually standing up or when she has to compose her, I don't know, her composure, whatever.
Composing her composure.
Yeah, there you go. But she like gets all like, she
lose,
has no
like, control
bones.
of my muscles, and I just like go.
so I call her Gumby.
You have the no bones days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds like a medical condition.
it is. Yeah.
It's Gumbyism.
Yeah.
Tron looks great. Is that it?
Yeah, I think so. And I don't think there's a single one of those rides that has opened since we've been there that I don't want to go on.
Slinky Dog.
Yes.
Would love to get on that.
Also, I want to go on Dumbo.
Okay.
I'll do that with you.
I know that's a little bit of a hot take because, I mean, you spin around in a circle and go up and down. But it's Dumbo.
It's classic,
It is.
and it's better than the Asteroid Orbiter, I'm sure.
Well, Lariah can go on that as much as she wants.
There you go, Lariah.
We know it's your favorite.
Get in the
Yeah,
hot, sweaty elevator to ride up to the Astro Orbiter. And
The
sit on-
Stankovator.
I think they recommend that ride to guests they want to leave the park.
That's where they recommend the extra special guests to go.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at that lady for hyping it up. I remember exactly what she looks like. I am so mad at her. If I run into her in the park, I am going to.
Excuse me, in 2019, did you recommend this trash?
I don't even need to ask because I know it was you.
I'm going to get trespassed, but I'm going to punch you in the throat.
I hate you.
And the Carpets of Aladdin.
You can go on that.
I was going to say pass on that.
Okay. I'm sorry. Carpets do not squeak. And if they do, there's a problem.
Okay, so we want to do all. Some of us want to do all the new rides. Some of us don't want to do any of the new rides.
I didn't say none of them.
I have another one. I would really like to ride the carousel.
Okay.
You can do that alone.
Are you going to push a child out of the way to get to Cinderella's horse?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, if I'm going up to that ride, nobody's riding on that horse but me, and they're gonna know that.
I will go on the carousel with you if I can stand next to your horse and act like you're a little kid.
That is fine.
And then we
Yes.
need video.
Yes.
that's fine.
We have to take pictures and video. Yeah.
Like you have to act scared, like you're going to fall off the horse. So I feel like I'm
And just throw a
doing
complete
something.
fit.
Like cry.
Yeah, hang on to the pole for dear life, just bawling.
And somehow we can get on like one horse like over here and one horse behind and like camera it
yeah.
both ways. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing, guys.
Yeah, it'll be a movie.
Yeah. It'll be a short movie, but it'll be
It'll
a
be
movie.
a movie.
So,
Not a feature film, but maybe a short.
hey, we can release that if we ever decide to do Patreons. That will be their first
Gift.
little gift. You're welcome, guys.
I know you're all running to Patreon right now.
A video of Lariah crying on the carousel while Scott tries to console her.
Love it. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's exclusive content.
I can hear the money rolling in now. Oh, wait, that's not money.
That's the sound of our audience flocking away.
Yes. Oh, unfollow. I think we'll be lucky if we don't have a lot of that after this episode anyway.
Okay. What rides have we done that are must-dos?
Haunted Mansion,
Okay,
Duh.
Haunted Mansion.
People
look
Mover.
Duh.
at Disney World.
Oh, did you want to go on the riverboat?
Yes, but let me ask. Let's go back just a second. Let's rein in the excitement just a little bit.
How?
At Disney World, do they do a holiday overlay for the Haunted Mansion?
No.
No. Okay, that's just
Thank
at Disneyland.
God.
Bless.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of weird.
I kind of want to do the holiday overlay, but Candice does not agree with the holiday overlay. The only thing I don't like about the holiday overlay is it like they shut down the ride for a month to get ready for it, and then they shut down the ride for a month to take it away, and I would hate
And it's
that.
completely unnecessary.
A whole month?
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes them a long time to get that ready to go with the Jack Skellington, and
That's right.
yeah, they do. They turn Haunted Mansion into the Nightmare Before Christmas.
No.
Why can't it do its own thing somewhere else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not good enough for that.
That's true. That's
Okay,
true.
so Riverboat. I would love to do the Riverboat.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get back on the train.
Mm-hmm.
This is a must-do for me anyway. But the Carousel of Progress, they've
Wait a minute. You like that?
updated the last scene,
Really?
and I'm using air quotes for those that can't see. All they did was put they took the kids that were dressed in like early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s gear, and put them in like 2010 gear.
And they updated John's sweater and they updated the ladies' stuff. Everybody got a new outfit and they look very nice.
That's why I want to. That's
I
one of the
know.
reasons why I want to go,
I know.
because they've updated the last scene. See how
Okay.
it's different. Yeah. What I definitely I have to do the Midway Mania.
That and the Buzz ride at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Space Ranger spin.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, I would choose Midway Mania every time.
Same.
I like it more too, but the other one's just so nostalgic for me. And
Plus, you can make the cars go all the way around.
yeah, because we were doing that, and Lariah said you were taking it really seriously, and me and Scott were just
Well,
spinning
and I think
around.
looking at the pictures, we can tell that we were both like laser focused on what was happening.
I love that so much that me and Scott are just having fun, and you two are like, we gotta beat them.
This is a competition. Lariah, what ride do you have to go back on again?
Pirates,
Oh,
for sure.
Duh.
easy.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
the death drop.
I mean, I feel like some are just givens. Winnie the Pooh,
Yes.
duh. Pirates, duh. Haunted
Duh.
Mansion, duh.
Duh.
Yeah. Flights of Passage is
Jungle
one.
Cruise.
Yeah,
Duh.
absolutely. Flights of Passage for me is one I have to do, especially because I saw Avatar 2 and I'm all into my Avatar again. Would you do Flights of Passage again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
One I would not do again, I think, is Navi River Journey.
Yeah, I would probably skip that one too.
It visually stunning,
Yeah.
like beautiful, beautiful ride, especially at night.
Yes.
It would need to be like a 5-minute wait.
I was going to say,
Yes. I mean, if it's just like we have 20 minutes to kill, we're here, there's no wait, let's go.
yeah.
That would be fine. But no, I'm not
Yes.
waiting an hour again and having y'all risk losing your lightning lane for Flights of Passage.
Yeah, me and Lorraine got into a pretty big argument that night.
Y'all were just stressed out.
I was stressed out. Lorraine didn't care. I was like, we have to write this right.
Are there any other rides besides that and Mission Space Orange and Astro Orbiter that you would nope out on our next trip?
Unpopular opinion, I probably wouldn't do Space Mountain. Like,
Thank you.
that one, it would have to be like if we were walking by and we were killing time, and if it was a 5-minute wait, 10-minute wait, fine. But I'm not going to go out of my way to ride that ride.
Yeah.
I would rather go stand in a 10-minute line in the Joffrey's Revive station right there and get coffee than ride on a roller coaster.
Boom.
That roller coaster specifically.
What about Rock and Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror?
Oh, I would do Rock and Roller Coaster again.
Those are must-dos for me.
Candice, do you want to go on Rock and Roller Coaster?
Kinda.
I feel like that one was pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It was way smoother than Expedition Everest.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And like this last trip was the first time I ever realized it went upside down. I knew it did, but you don't even feel it go upside down.
Yeah.
Well, because you're
it's
going so fast
quick.
you can't even breathe.
Yeah, true. But it's like Aerosmith is playing in your ear, and you're just like,
It's a good time.
yeah.
See, and unless, like, I know they're talking about reimagining it, and that kind of makes me sad, but I can see it happening more now that Aerosmith is on their farewell tour, or going to be doing that later this year. I can see them reimagining it, but unless it's just something to a band as equally as legendary, like Queen, Metallica, something like that, no.
We're going to turn that into another episode.
Okay.
So, program manager, write down if you could retheme Rock and Roller Coaster to anything, what would you retheme it to?
Okay.
Because I have an idea, but I don't want to spoil it in this episode because I think it's worthy of a longer conversation.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay.
That's what I call a teaser if I ever heard one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned, everyone.
Stay tuned. Okay. Anything else? I'm trying to think rides.
Safaris. of
Yeah, we have
course.
to go back on the
Oh,
safari.
plus also things we haven't done. I want to do the walking trails.
Oh, yeah. Spend more time in Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Like, see
Duh.
all the animals and the
Easy.
Gorilla Falls, and maybe even go back to Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Spend a little bit
petting
of
zoo.
time there. Yeah. Pet the
affection
goats
section.
and the
Goats.
turtles. And
I do want to, which you guys don't have to. I'm sure Scott would be up for it, and maybe Lariah. Probably not you, Candice. I would like to ride Dinosaur.
Go ahead.
I'd go on it. It's a rough ride, but I'd go on it.
There wasn't a long wait, probably, but
There's some people that say that's the best ride in Animal Kingdom.
See, that's what I keep hearing,
Those
and
people are wrong.
well, Yeah, because there's Expedition Everest. Come on.
And the safaris.
Yeah, the
I
safari.
Mean, hello.
You
and
don't.
Cali River Rapids.
You can go on that.
Well, I mean, with the safari, you never get to see antelope eggs ever, except
Ever.
for in the safari.
Like, that is the first and only place that I've seen antelope eggs.
Yeah.
And they were amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
That one's also very near and dear to me because that was my first ride at Disney World.
Ever.
The safari was your first attraction.
Well,
That-
we started you off right.
Very.
And you started me off wrong. No, just kidding. Mine was Mission Space.
Well, that was your
geez.
own fault.
It was.
I mean, I sat with a
How was
cinnamon roll and
Mission's-
coffee, and they went off on that thing. And I'm like,
How is
see
Mission
ya.
Space your first ride?
that we had a fast pass for that
chiropractor
ride,
appointment.
And we came in from International Gateway,
and
so
had
it's not
fish and
like
chips.
so it's not like we saw Spaceship Earth and said, "Oh, let's just do that for your first attraction." It was we were just working our way forward.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
But I did like it that first time. I did really like it. I had a lot of fun, especially because of Lieutenant Dan. That ride will have a special place in my heart because of that. But then when we rode it orange, really ruined it.
I didn't feel any different on orange than I did on green.
I don't know what my issue was. It was hot. We didn't really have anything to eat for a while.
It's
Better
okay.
than it being hot and you having something to eat right before.
Just coming off the cookie trail.
Oh,
Yeah, Lariah. Get ready. Yeah, you are going to do that now that you said that.
No, I was kidding.
Flashback.
have some Florida temperature milk with your
Oh.
cookies.
And then go on Spaceship Earth. Or not.
Mission
Spaceship
Space.
Mission
Space.
Space. Yeah, you can go on
No.
Spaceship Earth.
If you eat all those cookies and eat Florida temperature milk, you might throw up on Spaceship Earth too.
I would throw up on the way to one of those places.
Hey, at least there's a trash can every
30 feet.
Yep.
Thank you, Walt.
10 every 10 steps. Granted, they don't have open tops, so you'd have to stick your head in the side of a trash can. But
And then that would trigger other things, and it would just be.
Maybe do it in the like plants or something like that.
Well, no, because then some poor cast member horticulturist would have to come in and clean all that up.
That's true.
if you do it in the right place, they just have to hose it down. So let's sort of wrap this up with just the question. What have we not talked about with our next trip that we should have talked about?
We didn't really talk about characters that we'd
Yeah.
want to meet,
Ooh.
even though
That's kind of the spontaneity
spontaneity.
part
No.
of the trip.
It's
You had it right the
spontaneity.
first time.
Spontaneity.
I've been
Lacey?
saying spontaneity my whole life.
It's
I
spontaneity.
cannot talk today. I don't know. what
It's
my
all right.
issue
It's a work day.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
But I feel like that's one of the fun parts about like getting to be adventurous at the park is just getting to meet random.
Oh. When we're at Epcot, we have to go over to the side of Journey into Imagination and meet Sorcerer Mickey. We have to do that.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a little room. I don't know what it's. Do you know the name of that
No.
space? But there's a little
It's
room
over there.
off in
But
the
it's like
imagi-
sanctioned,
in the
so it's not
imagine-
like just some dark room you walk into and
Sounds pretty cool if
just
Sorcerer
sitting.
Mickey's in there.
right?
It's in the Imagination Pavilion.
Yes.
And there's a spot where you go in, and at certain times of day, you get to meet Mickey and his Sorcerer Mickey get up.
Well, if we're over there, then someone has to ride Journey to Imagination, which is another must ride.
Which is actually a pretty hot take.
A lot of people are like, no.
There's a lot of hate for Journey into Imagination with
Hate?
Figment. Yeah. Because people like the previous version more, and they're hanging on to the fact that they got rid of the Dreamfinder.
Gee, you'd think they'd, redirect their hate at something that's worthy of it, like Frozen.
I knew you were going to say that. That is so sad. Was
Yeah.
Figment part of the
He was.
original?
He was. And they don't like Nigel Tatum. Is that his name?
I don't know.
The,
Eric
like,
Idle.
Nigel,
narrator.
the science-y guy that's played by Eric Idle.
Yeah.
They don't like him. Like in that end scene where it's him singing,
In the
he's
moon.
the moon.
That's kind of creepy.
It's
Yeah.
kind of creepy, and people just don't like the skunk spray.
Why?
Well, who would?
To me, it's just very 90s,
It's
late
kitschy.
80s.
Kitschy, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that stuff because that's where, that's where I grew up, and it's just like, I don't know. It's fun to me.
In defense of the people that say they don't like the skunk spray, that sort of reminds me of when Stitch's Great Escape was over in Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And one of the worst parts of that was that he belched hot dog. And so you heard the belch noise, and then you smelled this waft of hot dog.
Of chewed up hot dog.
And it was just gross.
Even worse. Not just hot dog,
chewed up hot dog.
You got
May have been some Doritos in there too. Who knows?
Candice, you have the best stank face. So I'm just imagining your face when smelling it. Just like all of a sudden.
Well, the good thing is like it's
Yeah.
completely dark.
So it's really
So you
unexpected.
have complete privacy.
Oh, yes. You can make all the stank face that you want to.
Get me out.
So here's a ride I'm surprised didn't come up. And I don't know if it's because we're all just kind of meh about it or if we just didn't think about it. None of us mentioned Soarin' as a must-do.
Because it's not for me.
After they changed it,
Yep.
I
Well-
agree.
When they made it Soarin' around the world.
I think if they reimagined it to do it properly, so there wasn't a curve in the Eiffel Tower, it would be a must-do every single time. Because the concept,
Is amazing.
love it. And the music, love it.
Yeah. And after Lariah and I rode Flights of Passage, there is no excuse. Because when we rode that ride, you felt like you were actually riding a banshee. Like they even sprayed water in your face. And I know they do that. Don't they do that with Soarin' too? Or is it just the smell?
It's just the smell.
Okay. There's no excuse. If they can put all of that effort into Flights of Passage, they can revamp and, get it up to date.
Even if they were to make Soarin' a 3D glasses ride. Because they had to put it in that IMAX screen to have the ride capacity that they have. If they were to flatten that screen and make it a 3D attraction to where if I want to see the Eiffel Tower, I might have to turn my head. At least it doesn't look like it's at a 15-degree angle.
And I've never been hang gliding and probably never will be in my real life. I'm sure you don't just stare straight ahead. I'm sure if you're like floating through the air, you would be looking around. So that would make it more immersive and more realistic.
Yes.
And
Stop laughing at me, Lariah.
My eye sockets are dry.
Can't blink.
I mean, I would go on it again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But it's not a must do for me.
Yeah, it wasn't as impressive as the first time I rode it when it was just over California, right? Yeah. Which is weird. It should have been over Florida, but I understand why they chose California. There's a lot more.
It was just a copy of the one that was in California.
Oh, that makes sense.
And really, if you were doing Soarin' over Florida, it would be swamps. And Disney.
And alligators.
And alligators and snakes and strange people.
Gators.
Scooter people. Scooter people. See, that could be a whole scene, like scooter races.
Like just the honking.
Yeah. Beep, beep, beep.
Running into the back of people's feet.
It's like it just stops all of a sudden.
Loading your scooter with Buzz Lightyears.
Wait, are we in the perspective of someone in the scooter?
No.
No, we're
Getting
flying
hit
over
by
them.
one.
Oh, I kind of want to be in the perspective.
Now, there's a ride that they need to develop.
Instead of actually getting on a scooter, you strap yourself into a ride vehicle and follow somebody around on a screen.
They could totally reimagine the Tomorrowland Speedway and just scooter.
Sorry.
It would get rid of the gasoline smell because they would be electric vehicles.
And the batteries would explode
Yep.
eventually.
Yep. But I like it.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a $1 million idea
Right there. Josh tomorrow, please
Call
me.
us. We have better ideas than that one, but it's great.
That's like her best one yet. No.
Okay. I think we're going to wrap up with a ride suggestion for scooters.
Ending strong, guys.
Ending on the best part of this episode, I'm sure. So everyone listening, thank you again for hanging with us. Thank
you for dealing with us
Thank
this
you
episode.
for dealing with us.
Our drunkest episode yet.
And we're not even that drunk. So
At all.
we are having a great time. We hope you are too. And remember, there is always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And we'll see you real soon.